existing Meta TV app has been deprecated.
Really?
So all of our videos
Gone.
going forward are not available on the Meta TV app anymore.
Yeah.
All that stuff is just
Yeah, they've gone fully
It's gone.
curated. They've ditched all the user-generated content.
unless it was in-house or partner produced
Like a
content.
Meta sponsor.
That stuff is gone.
Yeah.
Does that
It's
mean
fine, I guess.
It's-
Whatever.
It's like it's understandable and also kind of frustrating, but also like not that frustrating.
Yeah,
you know.
we weren't making anything on that anyway, so like, but we got some of our all-time highest view counts on that. Like, some of our videos did absolutely spectacularly well
Yeah.
on Meta TV, and then some of them, didn't move at all.
Yeah. From a larger standpoint of like, it seems like everybody's going towards curated content, and I think overall that's a better plan.
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff that people put out there sucks, and it turns users off of viewing that content.
But here's the thing: is right now in the Meta TV app, there's it's effectively like a front end for a bunch of content. There is certain stuff that like if you go to like it'll populate Amazon Prime content, like movies that you have,
Oh, interesting.
or
So
and then
this is how the Apple TV app on the Apple TV.
so
works.
here's the thing though, is that if you try to watch an Amazon Prime video app, it doesn't render it
in that player.
in
It takes
that
you-
player. It takes
Yeah.
you to the Amazon.
It's almost
app.
exactly how the Apple TV app on the Apple TV. Just frustrating, Apple, that you did that
Yeah.
co-branding thing. But that's what you connect your other services. It'll show you HBO. Or
But
Prime or
then
whatever
there's
in the
certain
app.
things like this trailer that was rendered in the Amazon
Right.
or sorry, in the Meta
natively
TV.
in the Meta TV.
So are
the
you
Meta
saying
TV.
that they have that?
So it's
they've
certain
deprecated,
content is siloed.
They've deprecated the app. They've siloed a lot of proprietary shit. That's all right. Can we use that word in
That's
this
fine.
thing? Proprietary shits, and that's how they got up. That's how James Cameron put together a deal. Remember a few episodes ago we covered how instead of going to a different company,
To Apple.
yeah, they
Yeah.
went to this company, and they've been locked in for at least half a year.
I think it's most likely
And they're
just that
developing new stuff.
Meta was told their in-house content team to reach out to any and all possible people that they could that would be interested in providing content for their service.
Huh.
And James Cameron said, "How much are you going to pay me?"
Right.
And and that amount was enough
Yeah.
for him to go, "Okay, yes." Because all we've seen is this trailer. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to see the full film released on here. And this is what's so frustrating about this
I see
relationship
what you're
between the movie and the new
I
Meta
see what
TV
you're
app.
saying.
Is that
Okay.
despite the fact that we are seeing this trailer officially hosted on the Meta TV app, there is no guarantee that we will be able to see the
watch
final
it.
movie in the headset.
Yeah.
Especially since the movie is by Disney. However,
And also,
it was announced
Yeah.
at MetaConnect
It says
that
right there, only in
only-
theaters.
yeah.
on only December 19th.
Yeah.
Well, it was
One
also
night
announced at
only.
MetaConnect that Disney Plus and Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision are coming to Quest 3 soon. Why did it take this long? And why did it take their biggest competitor coming out to prove to them that this is what they needed to do?
And I think that's there's a lot of different answers to that question. It's
Because it was
supply,
something
it's
that-
chain, it's
We were asking for, and other users, power users, or even just normies, were asking, where is the real content? Where is the...
The answer is we're not James Cameron. We don't count.
yeah. Also, the tech then it was really DIY hack like DIT. Like everyone was. It's like it was a different time, Like
Yeah.
imagine a small space colony with minimal resources and only and our communications lagging, and it's like.
But at the same time,
gotta
how many
put
Quest
together.
how many Quest headsets are out there in the wild versus how many Apple Vision Pros are there?
I've seen some walking around
There
in
were-
the woods. And I'm like, wait, come back. No. Oh, okay. I guess I'll come back later when it's feeding time. And every time I see a wild Quest, I go, are you the same as the other Quest? So I bring out my treats, and I make sure my Wi-Fi is narrow beam,
Supposedly, there are nearly
and they always come back.
20 million Quest headsets in the world. There are probably less than 1 million Apple Vision Pros in the world.
When this was new, 1 million AVPs versus 20 million, and
Less than
James
1 million.
Cameron went to them.
Yeah.
To
So
perfect
that's
this
what I'm saying is that, like, obviously Meta needed some sort of legitimacy, and it was their biggest rival getting into the game to prove that legitimacy. And I think that's absurd and just a lack of vision. And I don't think it's I don't think it's surprising that that the Zuck is constantly playing catch up.
Wants to remain part of the conversation.
Yeah.
But the
And
table
he-
was set already by
Yeah.
Apple, and
But I mean, a board of directors still runs that company. I know he can't be fired and all that good stuff, but
Yeah.
like, there's, like running a company, especially in a full capitalistic society, means like certain things. The priority of the company is to make money, not to make a good product.
Yeah.
And so like
Newsflash.
you have to like it takes a certain push. That's why I think there's probably people at Meta that were like, yeah, we want to do this, and like, well, we don't see a reason to do that.
Well,
and then
and
Apple does it like,
there-
all of a sudden we see a reason.
we
to
also
do it.
have to-
and all
we
the
have to-
engineers are like,
We do have to reiterate that once upon a time, you could actually buy movies through a Meta / Facebook / Samsung portal back on the Gear VR and early in the Rift days through like an official app, but they deprecated that. And I think most likely what it was is all of the various powers that be were like, well, we gave you the license to do this, and
nothing.
There's no
happened.
money.
nothing happened.
We didn't make $1 bajillion, so let's just
Yeah.
close
Right.
it all down.
why are we
Make it-
finding?
But now
what about these theaters? that
Things
we
have
keep it
changed.
open?
The tech is dramatically more usable. That video that the trailer that I just watched, was comparable in quality to Apple Vision Pro 3D movies for the first time ever from an officially licensed 3D movie trailer.
And I really hope they do the whole movie that way.
Absolutely. I would love,
Amazing.
especially if they're getting Disney Plus, there hasn't been any communication on whether or not the 3D because on Apple Vision Pro, all of Disney's 3D movies are available through their Disney Plus app. There hasn't been any communication about whether or not the Disney Plus app that is launching later on Quest 3 or on Meta devices is going to include that 3D content. If it isn't,
You just never know.
then
Let's take a moment.
cool, I can watch The Mandalorian in my headset,
Yeah.
But
To be like, Disney's like, in 5 years we're going to come out with our own headsets. We're just gonna hang
yeah,
on to
and
that.
Kimmel's coming back tomorrow, so we'll see if what the cultural consensus is on whether or not Disney is canceled.
Whatever it is, it'll be different by the time this comes out.
Yep, almost certainly.
I just want a Jin style headset that I can put on to block out the world that we're living in,
I mean,
but also be part of it.
Yeah. You own a Quest 3.
It's not the same.
yeah,
but
he-
it is.
He wants the Matrix.
All right.
This is the ignorance is bliss scene.
I've heard of these words before.
I guess so. Okay, this is interesting. Meta teased that this trailer is just the beginning of how fans will be able to experience the world of Pandora.
The world in Avatar, not the app.
We'll have more trailers for you in the future.